I've got an excellent panel to discuss this issue today. We have Cody Battershill, who is a founder of Canada Action, a pro-oil and gas advocacy group. And also joining us is Jocelyn Bamford, who is the founder of the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
I'd love to get, Cody, let's start with you perhaps. And why don't you give us what you see as the state of play with this Line 5 dispute?
Well, it's quite concerning with the rhetoric that's coming out about shutting it down. It is devoid of the reality of the supplying the energy that families need on both sides of the border. This pipeline has been in operation since the 1950s. It was built by the same company that built the Hoover Dam. It is built to an amazing technical standard. It has never had an incident in the straits that the governor talks about being concerned about. And it's supplying airports, businesses, home heating, transportation fuels. It is an absolutely integral part of the everyday lives of families on both sides of the border. And it must continue to operate to prevent serious shortages of energy and a variety of other inputs into products and activities that we all use and do on a daily basis.
Jocelyn Bamford, what's your point of view on this? You're obviously a founder of the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers. Give us your take on this.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely devastating to Ontario. And it's stunning to me that this really is flying under the radar. Everyone should be talking about this. This will result in huge shortages of not only petrol to operate businesses in terms of transportation. It'll cause shortages for people commuting because they need gasoline to commute. It will be in that 1970s when we had OPEC shortages all over again. And the fact that people aren't alarmed about this is deeply concerning. Think about all of the industry that rely on these things. Forklift trucks, they're all propane operated. The airport in Toronto gets the majority of their fuel from Line 5. Think of transportation. We need to get our products to market. It'll cause huge shortages in gasoline, and that's going to cause shortages in getting product to market and also getting supplies in Ontario from different parts of Ontario. Not to mention people that are remotely operating where they need propane to run and operate their businesses because they're not on natural gas. These are all going to be devastating for industry, not to mention the average Ontario family.
Cody Battershill, Jocelyn has sort of outlined the consequences of this. It sounds like it could be something if this pipeline is no more. Obviously, they'll be using trucks or something. So it's not as if this is going to be an environmentally sound process. There's still going to be an environmental impact, even if you shut down this pipeline.
Yeah, absolutely. The pipeline transports about 540,000 barrels per day of oil and natural gas liquids. That is supplying about 50% of Quebec and Ontario's gasoline and about 55% of Michigan's statewide propane. And so it's an enormous volume of product that would need to then be moved by other means. And so what does that entail? It entails hundreds, thousands of trucks, hundreds and thousands of rail cars. And certainly when you look at the pipeline's record operating for about 65 years without incident, the way that it was constructed and the way that proponents of the pipeline are sort of trying to work towards a solution to make everyone feel like there's a balanced meet in the middle on this, which includes keeping the pipeline operating. You know, I just don't think that the ask that we shut it down and we just assume that we're going to be able to get that much supply through these other sources is going to somehow in some magical world have an environmental positive impact. It's not. It's going to be detrimental to families. It's detrimental to the environment.